This is the only Fortnite mobile guide you will ever need. In this video, I will help you to improve your FPS, find your perfect sensitivity, help you edit builds faster, and finally 10 tips to improve on Fortnite Mobile. Let's get started.
Fortnite Mobile's biggest problem, FPS. Well, you clicked on this video to fix the FPS stutters. To do so, I split this into a 3-step process. Let's get into the first step. In Game Settings, first open Settings and go to the Video tab. Set the FPS to the highest possible. This doesn't need any explanation. Next, User Interface Contrast is just preference. This won't affect your FPS at all. Now switch Quality Presets to low. This will help on later. Change 3D resolution between 60 to 80. If you're really struggling with FPS, keep it at 60. This will allow your device to prioritize performance rather than quality, as your device will have to render in less pixels, which can lead to better FPS, as it removes the extra load from your device's chip. Next, set texture quality to low. Doing this will make your device render lesser elements in the map and remove unnecessary details on the map. Now turn on pre-downloaded streamed textures. This will download most of the skins and some textures beforehand, instead of downloading it during you're playing the game. This can lead to lower ping, as it won't download during playing, and higher FPS, as it won't randomly load in some textures that cause lag spikes. It is just at a cost of extra storage. Let's move on to the second step. Device Settings. First, open your settings and enable Developer Settings. To do so, open About Device and click on Software Version 7 times. Keep in mind different phones may have different ways of enabling developer options. Now that your developer options is enabled, go to Additional Settings and then go to Developer Options. Now that you're in here, find the tab Graphics Driver Preferences. Find Fortnite in that list and change it to System Graphics Driver. What this does is, it changes over to the GPU driver of the device to run the game. This can lead to improved FPS stability or compatibility. However, this may not be the same case for every device. So try Default Driver and System Graphics Driver to see which one is best for you. Now scroll down and find Background Process Limit. Change this to a 2 or a 3. What this will do is it will improve performance by preventing a lot of RAM being used for other apps, resulting in lesser battery drain due to fewer background apps. Now let's move on to the final step. The main reason for FPS drops is HUD. I will show you some proof of it first. On the left is the FPS of the unoptimized HUD. On the right is the FPS of the optimized HUD. Well, to get an optimized HUD, all you gotta do is make the button as small as possible and remove the borders. Also, when changing build mode to edit mode to combat mode, make it so there are minimal changes in buttons, as that seems to be the main factor of FPS stutters. That's it for this video. So you see, missing shots is not 100% your fault. There are many factors that go into aiming. One of the major factors is your sensitivity. I can't suggest sensitivity, as it is a different preference for everyone. So in this video, I am going to help you find the perfect sensitivity. First, I will start with explaining what touch sensitivity actually means. So this is the actual base of all sensitivities. What I mean by this is that this sensitivity will affect all the other ones. Keeping this low will make your movement feel slow, and it will be hard to turn 180 degrees. However, keeping this too high will make it very difficult to track your enemies. So a perfect balance is needed. Now, to find the perfect touch sensitivity, go into this map using the code on the screen. Now go to the aim section. Pick up the Spire rifle, as it doesn't have a lot of bloom, and then make your way over to the 360 tracking area. Now set the mode to easy. Go to the floating target and stand there. Now start shooting the bot without aiming in. If you can't keep up with the bot, increase your sensitivity. If you are overshooting the bot and have stutters while shooting, then lower your sensitivity. Repeat this until you feel like you found the perfect sensitivity. Now for touch targeting and touch scope sensitivity, I would suggest keeping these both sensitivities the same, as the touch targeting sensitivity is for weapons without scope while aiming in, and the touch scope sensitivity is for weapons with scope while aiming in. For this sensitivity, I would recommend to start with around 50% for both, then continue from there. Go into the previous map we used, code is on the screen. Now go to the aim section and pick any gun you are comfortable with. Now go to the long-range surge area. Now start shooting the bots. If you are over-tracking the bots and aren't very precise, then lower both the sensitivities. If your aim is too slow and your crosshair is left behind the bot running, then increase both your sensitivities. Keep on doing this until you feel like you found the perfect sensitivity for yourself. Moving on to touch build sensitivity. This is the sensitivity used while in build mode. I recommend starting with 125% and then increasing it or decreasing it based on your preferences. First, go into the map previously used. Code is on the screen. Now go into the free build area. Now do some 90s. If you are over flicking while doing them and can't constantly do 5, then lower the touch build sensitivity. If you aren't able to accurately turn 90 degrees while building and falling behind while building, then increase your sensitivity. Your 90s should be done with 90 to 100 degree flicks. Keep on repeating this until you feel like you found the perfect sensitivity. Now let's talk about touch edit mode sensitivity. I recommend keeping this the same as your build sensitivity, as most of the players keep them the same. This will allow you to be consistent with your builds, as your sensitivity won't change while building and editing. Let's skip the first-person mode sensitivity, as who even plays first-person game modes. And let's move on to the vertical sensitivity multiplier. This is the sensitivity which makes you look up and down. I would recommend putting it around 60 to 100. Play around with it until you find a good one. I personally keep it at 80. That is it for this video. Make sure to like the video if it helped out. If you're playing Fortnite on mobile and struggling with fast, clean edits, well, you have come to the right place. In this video, I'm breaking down exactly how to edit better and faster on Fortnite Mobile in 5 simple steps. It doesn't matter whether you are on an iOS or Android device, these tricks will help you improve instantly. Let's get straight into it. First up, let's talk about your edit settings. This is the base of everything. First, go to Settings, and then go to the Game tab. Scroll down until you are at the Editing tab and find Auto Confirm Edits. Set this to Edit, or both, depending on what I am going to explain. Setting that option to Edit will let you auto-confirm your edit when you let go of the Select Tile button. It saves you a tap and makes edits way faster. Setting it to both will also give you the ability to reset builds by clicking the Reset button only once. It's basically like scroll wheel resetting on PC. Next is your HUD layout. This is super underrated, as having an optimal HUD layout for editing can increase your editing speed by more than double instantly. As this video is about editing faster, that is the only thing I am going to give you HUD tips on. So first thing, put your Edit button and Select Tile button on different fingers. Ideally, it would be even better if you had a finger's sole purpose to only tap the Edit button. This will give you fast edits, as the finger can quickly tap that Edit button, and your other finger can quickly and efficiently select the tiles needed to edit that build. So for example, in my HUD, I have the Edit button on the right-hand side and my Select Tile button on the left-hand side, so I can edit fast and efficiently. All right, now let's get into actual practice. You can use any practicing map, but the one I recommend is Mechanics Training V4 by Raider 464. The map code is on the screen right now. This map has basically anything you can think of. I personally use this map a lot for practicing piece controls. So what I would do is pick the level easy and go in, the maps aren't different based on levels. It's just that the bot will shoot at you if it can see you. With the easy level, it will take time to shoot you, that's it. You can gradually increase levels as you improve more and more. Now let's talk about 3 mistakes you may be making that could slow your edits down. First mistake is spamming edits randomly. Do not do this, as it will just result in slower edits. Instead, precisely time it. As soon as you click the edit button, hold the select tile button. Be fast, but remember, be precise. Next mistake is not warming up properly. This will just result in stiff and not smooth edits. Instead, before going into matches, just use 5 minutes of your time to warm up. Trust me, it will do a lot. Now for the final mistake, trying to be flashy in fights, even though flashy edits looks cool and all. Just use optimal edits to finish fights off quickly, as flashy edits will cause you to be unfocused and lose sight of enemy, resulting in unnecessary damage. Now I'll give you some bonus tips. Use 4 or more finger HUD, as more fingers equals to more control over faster editing. For the next tip, use a device cooler. More FPS will result in cleaner edits, as you will actually be aware of your surroundings, and it will just be an overall better experience. This is a very lengthy tip now. If you're serious about Fortnite Mobile and want to go pro in it in the future, do this. It is to record your gameplay and review it. Reviewing it like this will let you know where you went wrong while editing and how you can fix it. Almost every pro in Fortnite does this, as it is one of the fastest ways to improve gameplay and editing builds. That is it.
So, you want to get better at Fortnite Mobile, but don't know how to start? Well, I got you with this one. This tutorial is for everyone, even if you're a beginner who just started playing or a mobile player with years of experience. Now, without wasting any time, let's get on with the tips to get better at Fortnite Mobile. For tip number 1, it is going to be to have an optimal HUD layout to start off with. This is because the only limiting factor that you can have is your HUD. Using more fingers will directly correlate to faster mechs, as each finger will have lesser things to tap. However, the HUD must be optimal for that to happen. Here is an optimal 4-finger HUD and a 5-finger HUD. You might be asking how a 5-finger HUD is even played. Well, this is how. For the second tip, it is going to be to use right-hand peek to your advantage. Right-hand peeking allows you to see the opponent, while the opponent can't see you. This works because the Fortnite viewing angle for the player playing is behind the character and to the right. Almost every pro uses right-hand peeks to finish fights off without taking damage. You can use your own builds to right-hand peek, or even use the environment around you to right-hand peek. For the next tip, it's going to be very, very simple. It is to always have your gun out if you aren't doing anything else. You might ask how holding your gun out is helpful. Well, there are many cases where people just make wide open edits, expecting to kill you. However, if you have your gun out, you can deal the damage first. And yes, people also make wide open edits in ranked lobbies, so this is a good habit to get into. Remember, when not doing anything, have your gun out and ready to fire when needed. This tip is going to be simple. It's just to start your Fortnite session with a bit of practice. What I do is to go into a Raider 464 map and do some piece control scenarios. This won't show immediate improvement, but doing this before every session of Fortnite will bring you long-term improvement. Now for the 5th tip. Trust me on this one. Get finger sleeves. These will change how you play the game. What finger sleeves essentially do is give you more control over your aim and crosshair placement, At first, using them will feel weird, but soon playing with them for around 2 to 3 days will result in significant improvement because of your finger being able to glide through the mobile device's surface with lesser friction, which will give you very fluent and accurate movement. So, to start this tip off, I would like to say that 99% of people in the Fortnite mobile community struggle with this. It is FPS. To maximize your potential, the minimum FPS you should have is constant 60. If you don't get constant 60 and want it, you might just have to get a new device. However, if you can't get one, follow a tutorial I made, link will be in the description. If you're struggling with another common issue, which is FPS cap, I also have a tutorial for that. Link will also be in the description for that tutorial. One more way to get good FPS is by investing in a gaming cooler. Remember, it should have a thermal heatsink, as without it, a gaming cooler is pretty much useless. For tip number 7, turn on edit on release. As mobile players are way slower and far behind the PC players, we should use every way possible to make our mechanics faster. And one way is by turning on edit on release. What this does is, it will auto-confirm your edits after you release the edit button, where traditionally you have to tap edit, then select the tiles, then tap edit again. Now you just tap edit, select tiles and then release your finger from the select tiles. To turn this on, follow the tutorial on the screen. For tip number 8, I got a very easy one. However, implementing it will drastically help you surviving against your opponents. It is to switch to brick or metal when wanting to heal. This will enable you to pop more heals while your opponent is pressuring you, as metal and brick have more HP than wood. The only time you should box up in wood when wanting to heal is when you don't have brick or metal. For the 6th tip, it is going to be to improve your aim using aim labs on mobile. As aim assist on mobile is very strong, having it paired with good aim is basically going to make you unstoppable. It's going to be like legal aimbot. So just download aim labs from the Play Store or the link in the description and start aim training. For the last tip, just abuse spray weapons, currently in meta like the Stinger or Combat SMG. As I said in the last tip, mobile aim assist is too strong. Pairing it with spray weapons will make the enemy disappear in a matter of seconds. Using spray weapons while aim assist guides us is one of the biggest advantage we, as mobile players, have. Just remember to not use auto-fire, as auto-fire will reduce the strength of the aim assist and can cause lag spikes.